All right, so this is gonna be for YouTube. Chapter 18 playthrough. We finally unlocked level 68, and we're going to take on the final chapter in the game right now, where we will be able to collect Mephala. So this is not the first time Sandro's plots have been disrupted. He's obsessed with power artifacts. Why can the necromancers fight honorably? Next, we will rush to the aid of Piermont, which is surrounded by enemy troops. We cannot lose the capital to our enemy. And let's continue. So let's see, Drufton, you think so? Your message is you see me get past things you didn't think you could with lower units. It does come down to skill. Yeah, so there's definitely that. I want to know if I could, next time I'm going to also put the stream chat in here so that people can see. All right, so let's go and take a look at chapter 18. We'll start with level 1, 18-1, missing soldiers. And we're going to go right in here and we're going to take a look and see what we're dealing with. So the general setup here with Solmir, I think I'm just going to go with Solmir. As much as I want to play with Mephala, I also just want to kind of get through this level here. Mephala is not, in my opinion, the greatest hero to use, because she doesn't deal enough damage, and she doesn't actually support your teams well enough, I don't feel. So like Ryland, for example, can both heal and also distract with the Treant. Mephala's skill that gives you immunity against earth magic spells is good, but only if you go up against an enemy, an opponent that actually uses earth spells. Like if you like up against Adelaide, you're out of luck. If you're up against if you're going up against Rashka, you're gonna be out of luck. And after you've used your shielding, you need units that are super powerful to like be able to provide the DPS. And if you don't have the DPS, then generally you're gonna have a harder time against other opponents. I think for the purposes of chapter 18, we could actually use Mephala. We could actually use her to clear the level. My assertion is that by the time that you've reached chapter 18, you actually have enough power output to be able to clear the level. So I think that you're gonna be able to clear this pretty easily without using Mephala, or you can even use Mephala and clear it. But what we're gonna do with chapter 18 here is we're gonna look for the hidden treasures, where we're gonna focus on getting 3 stars so we can get all of the rewards here. And plus it's just fun to be able to do so. I'm gonna actually change this up a little bit. I'm gonna put in this, and now we're gonna change it to Luna. Let's use a different hero this time. So we're basically doing a second and third row with 3 chargers here, and we're going to respond with our own sort of like a spear formation, and we're going to just burn down the front line, and we're going to use land on fire to take out the back line. Right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to burn here, and we're going to give them bloodlust to attack more. So Westwolf, you beat Mephala 100% of the time. Yeah, you wait, like all you have to do is wait for the shield. The shield lasts like a few seconds afterwards. You just then use your skill afterwards. Like it doesn't give you that much protection. It's good if it's against the computer, like against AI, because what happens there is, I'm just gonna like use all the heroes I have, because what happens is you get the timing attack, and so their timing is going to be matching the AI's timing. Like they're just gonna use it at the same time, and so what you end up getting is the situation where they're all casting at the same time, and then so your Mephala can actually protect against those big spells, right? But if you're playing against a human opponent, they're gonna be able to just use the timing, and so if you then wait for the timing and then you don't actually use the spell, then you're just gonna get more damage, because the only thing you can use to protect yourself is the heal. Having said all that, the one thing that I think is interesting with Mephala is you can use Mephala to protect your backline. So you can protect your backline with Mephala, and we're going to use her right now actually. So this is a siege level. We're going to use Mephala because we have to. And now we're going to change our team up a little bit. And so Mephala doesn't actually... Mephala increases your defender's strength. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out these guys. And we're going to put in these defenders. And then we're going to swap this out a little bit, kind of like what we did before. We have 2 attackers here though, so I'm going to support it over here. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to show you, like, I'm going to show you how Mephala helps when you're playing against the opponent. So here we have Rashka, right? So Rashka will deal additional damage. If it's 4 stars, will deal additional damage to our units, especially the backline. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use this right now, the shield, because timing-wise, I expect Rashka's skill... Oh, he used Bloodlust. But I would actually use my... immunity spell on my backline. That's actually what I'm doing for the Lord right now. It's like, hey, like, you know, I give them immunity, so like if he casts Infernal Fire, like my backline won't die. So I can continue to generate more DPS using the backline there. And we're gonna go ahead and pick up this chest. It's a discarded chest. That's not the hidden one. At least I hope it's not the hidden one. And so we're gonna collect these diamonds as well. And let's go on to 18-6. So we got chargers, and what hero have we not used yet? We have not used Catherine. We have not used Catherine yet. So let's go ahead and get Catherine in there, and I think we just need to do that. Ooh. Black Knight and Vampire. So that's good that I actually protected down here. I actually probably should have switched my Dendroid Guard with the Ogre. Okay, so here I'm gonna give you some... I haven't used Catherine in a while, so I guess I have to think about what would be the right play here. So we want... I think Slayer's better for the backline. I think Slayer is actually better for my ranged units. Then we'll use Blizzard down. And the other feedback I actually wanted to give to the dev team is I think that by the time we reach chapter 18, I think that they can afford to make it a bit tougher, to the point where we can't just steamroll it with the same team over and over again. I actually think that using a, having a stronger map layout that requires us to think about, what we use, I think is a good thing. Because otherwise it feels a little anticlimactic. Like if you think about it, we have to level up 4 levels, right? Each time to get a new chapter. And so by this time I'm already level 68. Level 68, we've got orange units. Like I want to face up against, a map that will make it a challenge. And I feel like in that regard, the earlier levels were perfect. Like they were perfectly balanced against the player level. Whereas like the later maps, they're so weak in comparison to the player levels that it just kind of, we just kind of steamroll through it. And, I enjoy maps. I actually enjoy playing through the chapters and the maps. I get excited about it. So that's the one feedback that I would have liked to give. And that is... hey, let's make this a little bit tougher. Kind of like how Trial of Angels, like not that difficult, but to the extent where we need to think about it and we need to try something a little different, so that we don't, we don't just end up making this more like a automatic, operation. Now we're gonna go with Crag, so we're gonna bring in our attackers. We're gonna bring one in here, and let's bring in our Goblin. So this is also what I'm doing. I'm basically just gonna go and we're gonna go use all of our heroes. Dropped in 79, maybe the coming soon zones will be harder. I kind of have a feeling that maybe that may be the case. There's definitely an opportunity for that. Right? When they introduce the new zones, maybe they will be more difficult for sure. And let's see, let's give you the Quicksand. Okay. And so far we've used all of the units, all of the heroes so far. And I'm also going to try using Yogg and Molnir probably better idea to use it now rather than later when we go into siege level though, right? So this is 18.8. I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try using my 1-star hero Molnir. What does he do again? His specialty is Psychic Elemental, but his spell, Mystic Domain, is Earth damage and Silence, okay, and then Frozen Arrow. These are all like level 2, so I feel like what will be the right unit for him? I think I need some more backline support, yeah? So let's do this. Let's try this. I think DPS would be better with him for the Silence. Don't have Psychic Elemental, but I'd like to use that. So let's try this. Mystic Domain. So everybody gets Silence and there's Earth damage, right? And this is Fireball. Okay, and then this is Lightning Bolt, which is the same as Soul Mirrors. So Lightning Bolt is actually a super powerful spell, actually. And it uses Frozen Arrow like Adelaide. He's actually a pretty... I think he's actually kind of a... versatile hero, it feels like, right? So Mirror does everything. Yeah, it does everything. I was gonna say it seems pretty versatile in that case. All right, so we're now on 18.9. Who else do we have? Let's go Gilu. No, let's use Ryland and take advantage of our big ol' take advantage of our big ol' Forest Guardian. Yeah, let's do that. So with Ryland, you basically have to take advantage of two things: his heal and the tree ants. Right? Tree ants really sort of distract. Here you go. And then as our units are dying, we go ahead and heal them up. But my Ryland is not really leveled up, so the heal is not going to be that great. Although we already took care of one unit of Efreeti, and here's the other one. Let's go get you some more tree ants, and let's heal you all up.
With the forest.
I mean, like it's. I mean, yes, my units are all pretty strong, but have I tried Shiva? I am planning to right now. So let's go take a look at. Oh no! Good. don't wanna waste my energy. Here you go. Let's go and use Shiva, and if we use no, I have to use Mephala. So we're gonna use Shiva next. Probably not going to do this though. I'll just throw another guy in here. And don't need. You know what? Bone Dragon. Here you go. I wonder if it's gonna make like the last stage really difficult. Oh, so this is Rashka with All Infernal. Okay. So I could protect my. Oh, and then there's Devil. So there you go. So there's a case where having the immunity actually helped, because the Devil actually focused down on my marksman. The map is so much bigger. Have you noticed that? This map looks so much bigger because the units are so much smaller than usual. Like look how tiny these marksmen were. Or were they cursed and became small? So Rock's buff basically allows its skill to reduce everyone's sort of resistance and everything. So we're going to use Shiva right now. I think I have Shiva a 2-star. Yeah, I actually managed to get Shiva a 2-star. So we're going to bring in Rock. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the way the Rock now looks. It's Stormbringer, I think. Stormbringer. And his skill basically does damage and Lightning Ball Strike. There's something that her skill does. Let's take a look, right? Specialty wise, So when Stormbringer's Thunder hits, there's a 25% chance that it also stuns. So we will go ahead and do this actually. 3. There's a caster right up front. So 2 liches in the back. So let's take a look and see. I haven't actually used Shiva's skill, so we got Fire Arrow, Air Shield, so that gives you what is it, dodge, right? Immunity as well to air damage. Oh, there's an air elemental. Let's take a look at the air elemental here. Oh, look at that. And we have Cyclone Storm. Graphics wise, it's actually really cool. This is actually my first time using Shiva. And it looks like the air elemental just stays alive there. That's kind of cool. That was actually kind of cool. All right, so who else do we have? We don't have quite enough for all 15 levels, but because I used a couple of because we used Mephala a couple times, we should have enough. And so let's take a look at our heroes now. We have Yogg, Vidomina, and Gellu. Let's do Yogg, huh? So if we're gonna use Yogg, we're gonna bring in our Cyclops. Cyclops becomes Rampage. And I think we do this. And it would be good if we are up against... Yeah, so we're up against a... is there no hero? Because what we can do is we can turn the spell, damaging spell, into healing spell instead, right? And well, the nice thing about Cyclops is that he also stuns the opponents, and we're going to use Quicksand again. This hero is 1 star. Everything is level 1, and so spell's not exactly that strong, but it also means nothing. Like using Yogg here doesn't actually do anything because like there's no spells that actually damage us right now, and there's no spells that heal. You know what? Yogg actually could work against Ryland, right? Yogg actually could work against Ryland because whenever he heals, we make him take damage. But then, like, the thing is, my Yogg is so underpowered, it's not gonna do anything. All right, so now we're gonna go with Vidomina, and we're gonna use Skeleton. We're gonna use Skeleton, and we're gonna use White because those are my undead units. Where else are my undead units? And then we have vampires, so I'm gonna use that. And we have Walking Dead. Level 2. Level 2 white, no, blue. It's blue. Level 2 blue Walking Dead. Not even gonna bother defending you. I'm just gonna let's just go. Let's do this. Hey Phoenix, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining me here. We're just playing through chapter 18 right now. This will be downloaded and then I'm going to put it on YouTube. Right now I'm actually going through chapter 18 using all of the heroes I have. Using all of the heroes so that we could you know, kind of showcase how they all work. Okay, so I thought if I cast Undead Army, I'll have more skeletons. Oh, there you go. There's the skeletons. Some more skeletons. This is just fun. Vidoma is actually just fun. Like if you use a necromancer, like if you like necromancy and all that stuff, and you have Lich, you have Bone Dragon. Oh, I didn't put in Bone Dragon. Or did I? Bone Dragon wasn't there, right? Like all of these units are fun. Like, hey, look. My level 2 Walking Dead leveled up to level 7. Okay. And let's see. So for my 18-14, this is the second last battle. I think I have one more hero remaining that I haven't used, and that is Rashka, right? Or actually, I haven't used Gellu. Let's do Gelu, because then I can bring in my 2 sharpshooters. In fact, I could do this. I could do this. As much as I want you guys to level up, I can do this and this. So I can basically make all 4 of them deal some damage. How am I doing on Trial of Angels Chapter 10? I tried for about... How long did I try for? Like 45 minutes to try to pass 10-4, and I couldn't. Alright, so there goes the devil. This actually is a pretty pretty sick lineup right here. Like if it works out well, like they could deal a ton of damage. Come on. Let me. No, I couldn't use the skill. But you saw how much damage they were able to deal there. In fact, the Storm Elemental dealt more damage than my sharpshooters. All right, so that is 18-4, and now we're gonna go into 18-5 for the final level in chapter 18, and we are using Mephala. So our forces are not strong enough to meet a head-on, but perhaps the terrain near Pierpont can help us. Avali might be huge, but we know let's run. Pierpont is right behind us. So we got 4-star, right? Oh, wow. Okay. Two devils. So I think I'm not going to play around anymore. So the issue here really is... The issue here is that we have devil, right? So I think I do this. And I can use the immunity in the back line. So Mephala's good for early game. If you had her early game, then she's good. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to use in the back line. All right, so let's go ahead and give you immunity here. And did we already take out the devil? The devil's already taken out. So here's the thing, right? Like, it had a really imposing team. This would have been perfect, but this would have been the perfect, like, Trial of Angels level difficulty level. But instead, like, we just kind of walk right through all of the big units. Like, I actually thought about that. I actually thought, ooh, this would be a difficult level to deal with. So I actually brought in, you know, some of the stronger units. And I think this would have been the perfect opportunity to make it a really strong level to complete the story, right? And so let's see. Thank you for your help, Commander. Without you, Pierpont would have been lost. We're all protecting this country in our own ways, and we are committed to our faith and justice. Let us celebrate this hard-won victory together. And all of these sharpshooters and Gelu and everybody are getting together. Allies from Avali and Narathia, I saw in your eyes the hopes of victory, and hope fills my heart too. Maybe one day this hope will be extinguished. Maybe we will be overrun and vanquished, but not today. Maybe one day... Oh, I missed that part. Today we won a battle for Pierpont. I believe that before too long we shall plant our flag in the soil of Stedwick. Don't lose your courage to fight evil, my brave soldiers. Don't give up the hope in your heart. My allies in justice, I believe victory will belong to us, the Alliance of Justice. Wow, he's got a nice speech there. Victory belongs to us, victory belongs to the Alliance of Justice. Hey, guess what we're in? We're in the Alliance of Justice. That devil on the hill has a lot of HP. Okay, looking forward to it. Moral, you shouldn't be here, get out. And we need to get help from the sharpshooter first. So let's go ahead and battle all of these guys, and then let's go and battle. Oh, so we have opportunity to use Rashka still, because I haven't used Rashka just yet. But I'm curious to see how this is going to turn out, right? So I'm going to wait here, and let's go ahead and do Frenzy. Right, because Frenzy can actually benefit these guys a lot. And we'll use the Stone Skin on our Chargers. Wow, they're actually dying over there, right? Well, I guess they got healed again. So I actually changed my settings so that I'm showing individual units' health rather than just like a combined health. The Devil on the Hill was fun. He is strong and fast. Nice. So we will go after him afterwards. I don't need to roll here anymore, but you know what I noticed too is a lot of strong players, they actually have I have 16. I'll go for that. I get my scrolls elsewhere. So like they have like really beefed, like, boosted up. They have really boosted up masteries. So that's something to think about as well. All right, so let's see. So I need more fire units. So okay, so it's all defenders. I think we're good. I think we could do this. Rashka. I'm actively going for Rashka 4-star right now because his skill at 4 stars is really good. Okay. Oh wow, we got split up. So now Rashka against the infernal units, it does like what, half damage, right? So it doesn't deal as much damage. But luckily, I have all these other units in the back that could actually dish out damage as well. So Rashka isn't going to be as useful here because his spells actually doesn't do as much. Half against infernal units. But it's still okay. It still works. So the things that we still have to look for is going to be the hidden treasure. Hidden chest. Let's go take care of the Pit Fiend. So who else have I not used a lot of? Catherine, I guess. I think I should use Catherine. If I'm using Catherine, I'm gonna try also putting in the Ice Elemental. Okay, we'll use Ice Elemental, and I think I prefer Gog over Free for now. Yeah, let's do this. So I wonder what the Pit Fiend's gonna do. So in one of the Trial Angels levels, the Pit Fiend actually continuously spawns Horned Demons. It was actually kind of interesting. Okay, so let's... Oh, there's Earth Elemental too. Nice. So Adelaide, did I say anything else? I said... did I say something correct? I brought in Adelaide, and I think, you know, it'd be fun to bring in... Ice Elemental as well. Go ahead and ice you again. Because Ice Elemental also has the ability to ice wall opponents. Wrong hero, Catherine. Oh, I said Catherine, I see. Ugh, the Earth Elemental has a lot of health. So we're gonna freeze, and then when you freeze, they actually deal more, they get more damage dealt to them. Oh my gosh, this health is like ridiculous. At this rate, I'm gonna run out of time. Okay. So what I need to do is, I might be able to do this. I just need to combine all of my ice together so they could deal more damage. Well, I guess I haven't used Soul Mirror much. I used Soul Mirror in the first level. This is where Soul Mirror is going to be helpful. I could use Crag as well. Kraken can also give me more damage. Okay, come on. Basically just continuously freeze them and then use the freezing spell so they can get more damage taken. 45 seconds, this might work. We might just do it. This unit has surprisingly high damage, high health. Okay, so more got taken out, and my angel just died from the explosion. So when they explode, I guess they deal damage. Ugh, 7 seconds. All right. So this one actually requires a little bit of different setup now. So we need to go in heavy, and that's what I'm going to do. We need to have lots of damage, and so I think I'm going to go with more attackers here for sure. We need more damage, and I'm going to bring this, and I'm going to bring in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically, I'm going to just shoot down as quickly as possible. And where did the Storm Elemental come from? Actually, I didn't even realize. It wasn't showing before, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and if my angel gets killed again from his explosion, I'm going to swap the angel because the rock the Earth Elemental is coming from the top, right? So I want to make sure that they don't kill my Angel, which it seemed like it did. So look at the difference it makes with a Solmir now, because these guys have really high health. Like, I just use the Chain Lightning, and it actually is so much more effective in taking it down. Okay, so let's see. So it's going to be a lot faster. The Chain Lightning, there you go. And we're going to wait again. Oh yeah, so like as it dies, it explodes, and as it explodes, it deals damage. Okay, so now we're at full capacity, and we have a lot more time, so we can go ahead and focus fire.
Let lightning destroy everything.
This is why Solmir is so good, because against like big enemies that have a lot of health is where they shine. Like, they deal so much damage. And we get a gold key. Nice. Alright. So this gets me 5 Gogs. Good. Now let's take a look. I'm not going to go into Arena just yet. I'm going to take a look and see where that hidden chest is after I finish this. Throw in a defender up here and we should be good. Throw a defender here. Yeah, the Earth Elemental, I think it requires 80 tokens to craft. He's strong. Like, if you saw the, you saw in the Pantheon fight last time, everybody was using Earth Elemental because it's such a strong defender. But then, like, a strong defender doesn't really measure up against a strong hero like Solmir that can basically like take out most of their health. So there's that balance, I think, that's still needed. Right? I think we're gonna be able to. Thank you. I didn't expect you hard to deal with. Devil. So we need some powerful magical equipment right near the volcano. All right. So that is. Here's the chest right in the volcano. There's the demon's treasure, and that's that. So let's take. I got caught by Gogs from the infernal. Oh, so we need to take out the Gog. Let's go. So the location of the chest is right inside the volcano, in case that's what you're looking for. Although I have to say, like, this chapter is actually relatively more fun so far than some of the others. Like, I'm curious if there's like a special. Maybe it wouldn't be a special ending because that's not the last of the entire game. But it is going to be the last chapter that I'm going to be able to get to for a while. Makes me a little bit sad. At this point, it's all about just leveling up units. There's no more chapters to go for until they come out with a new update. Okay, so we get some keys there. And I thought we were going to get some Green Dragon tokens. Okay, so we get that. We get Gelu. Now we go and fight against the devil. So it's just a single devil, but he's strong and fast. Devil +2. That means our backline is not going to be effective. We're going to change this into chargers instead. Not going to have these guys. We're going to have Bone Dragon. And I think I'm going to use Bone Dragon and one more attacker, one more good attacker. Or maybe I'll do this. Yeah. That's what we'll do. And then we're going to have use Solmir to basically zap it down, because we expect it to go to our backline, but we don't have much of a backline. We have chargers as our backline, and so I'm just going to wait for him to appear somewhere. Wherever he appears, there he is. And we're gonna zap it down, and we're going to use basically all of these units. I could also choose to stun, so like if I stun, that might also work. So like I'll need Earth arrow to do that. Yeah, so he's able to take out some of my units here. So it's not like a walk in the park right now, huh? Like, I'm actually losing units. So let's go ahead and use this. And I do need to give my units a bit more dodge. Okay. But I think we're gonna be able to take him out pretty soon here. Angel dies, but our Bone Dragon take it out. MVP is the Angel. And we get another gold key. Sweet. And so I think that is... Oh. There you go. Pile supplies. And we need to battle one more demon. There's a lot more stuff to battle here, huh? Let's go through and see if we can just kind of push our way through these demons. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and use this spell right here. And we're going to give our units dodge. We use the Titan's Thunder, and with that, we should have... I think this would be the last of the levels. Let's just take a look, and yes, indeed it is. And we have 300 gems as well as more orcs. That's perfect, because I can now get my orc to 6-star. And we can claim the hero. So let's go ahead and claim the hero, and we get 30, so I can actually upgrade my follow-up more, but I already have her at 3 stars. And so that is chapter 18. Thank you for watching, everybody. Now let's go and